Hi everyone, welcome on board to helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact.
A good student of history will understand that politics in Nigeria is dynamic and the North hold a big say in the scheme of things due to their alleged large population. The Yorubas and the Northern Hausa Fulanis have always had this political synergy between them. And during the days of Yakubu Gowon as military head of state, he made a promise to Chief Obafemi AWOLOWO. Now, to clarify a lot of things, there are three major ethnic tribes in Nigeria: the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the Hausas. They are indigenous to Nigeria, but not the Fulanis. Gowon had told AWOLOWO, without delay, after the war is over, you will be the head of federal government of Nigeria as the elected president. Those were the words of Yakubu Gowon to AWOLOWO, but was this fulfilled after the war? No, AWOLOWO was deceived. Similarly, Major General Sani Abacha, late Sani Abacha, made a promise to Chief MKO ABIOLA after the June 12, 1993 saga, where the latter was adjudged winner of the election. But what did Babangida do later? Abacha promised Abiola, I will restore your mandate once I take over from Shonekon. But did Abacha fulfill his promise? No. Abiola was fooled, and even Babangida could not, till date, is trying to repair what cannot be repaired. He's speaking in certain manner here and there. He said some northern rulers, monarchs, and of course some group of people in the military told him not to give Abiola the mandate. The APC, a party that came to being as a combination of the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, ANPP, CPC, and some other parties, they all came together to form APC. When the party came together, it had a zoning agreement. They agreed that the North would first spend 8 years. After the expiration of Buhari's tenure, the West will take over for another 8 years before handing over to the East for 8 years. This was and has been the succession plan. CPC and the North have taken their 8 years through President Buhari. Next should be the AC and the West, who should take their 8 years from 2023. It could be Tinubu, Osibanjo, Fashola, and any other person. That is whoever the GAC group nominates. Next will now be the ANPP and the East, and it will be Ogbonaya Onu or whoever him or his ANPP nominates. However, recent occurrences, recent events are beginning to make one think otherwise. With the leadership crisis rocking the APC and the games of throne being played, one begins to doubt whether the North will truly relinquish power. Many political analysts believe the removal of Adams Oshiomhole is only a coup to install a new national chairman that will favor a northern flag bearer for the party come 2023. El-Rufai seems to be the name on the lips of everyone, especially the camp of Victor Jadon, which is totally against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Just recently, the 25th of June 2020, the faction of Victor Jadon summoned a meeting of the National Executive Council NEC of the APC, but surprisingly, in the list of those invited, Tinubu's name was omitted. And of course, Tinubu gave himself the title of national leader, and there's nothing like that. We only have the national leader being the president of the party, of the country, coming from that party, that is Buhari, and you have the national chairman, which is Oshiomhole, that has been kicked out. Then you have the NWC, NEC, and all of the other hierarchies of it. I don't know what national leader means. It is not an elected position. Is he a patron of the party? What is the meaning of this? I do not understand. It has been alleged that Victor Jadon claims that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a recognized member of the NEC of the APC, and that there is no constitutionally recognized office like the office of the national leader of the party. Simply put, he is nobody. Before 2019 general elections, Buhari had said to Tinubu, we will return Nigeria to true federalism under a Hausa Fulani APC presidential candidate. We will return Nigeria to true federalism. This doesn't seem to be the case anymore with Tinubu, a founding member of the APC and one who has contributed so much to get the party to this level, being treated as a newcomer to the APC. AWOLOWO, ABIOLA, Tinubu seems to have been betrayed before their very eyes. Have you also heard how APC caucus have stated that the name APC national leader given to Tinubu is only a nickname? Well, the race for 2023 is getting more and more interesting, and I hope Nigeria breaks before then. I always talk about break of Nigeria. I'm not a supporter of one Nigeria, although I always point out that that is only a step towards the progress. That is not the solution yet. Do not be too excited. It is a step, and there is a lot of hard work that needs to be done. A lot of it has to be done. We have to start to look from inwards. It's not a joke. Do not forget that a lot of people are used to the way Nigeria and the culture, the norms, the things that are accepted, the things that they've practiced over time, things that they've seen as okay. And it's going to take a while before these things get off from them. So it's important, very, very, very important that we look into this thing. So the race for 2023 is getting very, very funny, and we will see if the North will hand over to the South, or are they going to betray them once again? We are going to see all of this game play, or Game of Thrones that they are all involved in. We are going to see everything that is going to be played out there. And from all indications, some have said that this is the end of politics for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they said that the wealth that he has acquired will definitely fizzle out as some new government is going to come in, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be probed. All the money he has acquired, they are going to send their bulldogs, EFCC, onto him, and he's going to be shamed. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not been shamed politically. They said this is going to be the beginning of the end for him. If Tinubu, some said, is destined to be the president of Nigeria, no political manipulation will change it. Tinubu should stay focused and undeterred. Someone say, one thing I know, if Buhari refuses Tinubu, he will still become president of Nigeria. How is this so? How is this so? Someone said, this is why I say the only thing Nigeria needs now is to sit down and change the constitution, because this one they are using now is 1999. Is 1999, and it's from 1960 when we got independent. We need to sit down together and have and look into it. Look into it so as to know how to govern Nigeria. Well, as regards the constitution, it is jaundice. It is a sick constitution. There are a lot of things that are in the constitution that are not acceptable. They are counterproductive, and a lot of people have decided to keep it that way because it works for them. It works for them. After all, at the end of the day, it helps them in making sure they stifle the growth in Nigeria. It gives them the ability to steal and take off whatever they need to take. There are some governors that have even they've created some laws in their own state where money, pension is given to them even when they are sitting as a senator. So there are a lot of issues. The salary that the executive, the legislator earn, this has to be looked into. A lot of things are wrong in Nigeria, and it's not going to go away with the structure. I'm telling you, it's not going to. There's no amount of restructuring that can put it together. The senators are not in any way, because the voice has been taken off from the people. Hunger has been used as a weapon. They've weaponized it, and that's all. People do not even understand politics much. They don't understand anything about politics than give me that bag of rice, I vote for you. That's how much you've reduced the people. That's how much you've reduced the people. So it will take a lot of education, will, power. It will take a lot of repentance for the people to stand up against this oppression. It will take a lot of this. There's no way out of this. There's no way the senators are going to kind of pass a bill or vote amongst themselves to reduce their salary or reduce, or they are not going to do any of this. So it's a waste of time talking about these things and talking about restructuring.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.